Hello everyone, it's Julie from sproutsandstems.com here, and today's video is going to be tips for rescuing, reviving a sad, dying, or just not doing well prayer plant. So before I get into that, please take 2 seconds to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any new planty content from me. And any plants or supplies that I mention in my videos can always be found at the link in the video description. It is a page on my website where I keep everything. And now I will get into the video. This is a Maranta silver band. It's got a more silvery-ish hue. Doesn't have any of like the red lines that a standard Maranta / prayer plant will have. It's looking a little, not bad, but it could be better. It's looking a little thin, a little dry. I just watered it this morning, but you know, here we are. So I'm going to cover the top 3 issues, or like what I think are the top 3 most popular issues that prayer plants have. I think a lot of these issues tend to happen more in the winter. And last week I did just do a video on tips for caring for your houseplants during the winter, so I'll be sure to link to that as well. Number 1 is watering issues, typically inconsistent watering. Prayer plants like to remain evenly, lightly, consistently moist. If they are left to just like dry out completely like the Sahara Desert before you water them again, they'll be unhappy. They don't like that cycle. They want to always remain evenly, lightly moist. You can accomplish this by watering a little bit at a time more frequently, as opposed to watering a lot infrequently. And you still always want to feel the soil for moisture to make sure that it actually needs to be watered. But instead of checking to see if the soil is dry, you want to check like about an inch or so down. Can I still feel a little bit of moisture? Then you can water a little bit again. And inconsistent moisture definitely leads to kind of like crispy leaves, thinner growth, just like an overall unhappy looking plant. Curling leaves is a big one for prayer plants, and like wrinkly leaves. Did I say that? I might have just said that, but wrinkly leaves. I will say the silver band kind of has like somewhat of a wrinkly texture to its leaves anyway. Like this one's a little too wrinkly. This one I would say is like normal-ish, but you can see there's still like a little kind of crinkly-ish texture. It's very, very slight, but silver bands, for whatever reason, tend to have that. I would say that inconsistent watering is definitely a top cause for an unhappy prayer plant, and you want to make sure you're not underwatering or overwatering and keeping that just like consistent moisture level. Prayer plants are also susceptible to crispiness, crispy tips, crispy patches, dry, crispy leaf areas. And in addition to watering, that can also be a humidity issue. They're pretty sensitive to humidity. I mean, it's not like so intense like calatheas are notorious for being sensitive to that, but prayer plants will definitely tell you if they're unhappy with the dry air. So you can counter this in addition to keeping proper soil moisture, having like some kind of humid situation for your prayer plant. Maybe keep it in the bathroom or set up a humidifier nearby. I would say the 3rd top issue is just like lighting issues. Prayer plants like medium to bright indirect light. If grown in low light, they will be super duper thin and scraggly with just like tiny leaves, like tiny leaves that just never get bigger, not like tiny leaves that are going to grow into mature leaves, but just like pale tiny leaves, not much growth, super thin, leggy. Also, with too much light, you can get some pale leaves here and there. that can also be like a watering issue. But at least for me, I found that like the pale leaves on prayer plants is typically like a sunburnt issue. At the end of the day, plants cannot tell you exactly what's wrong. So if you see something is wrong with your plant, Giselle, can you not? She's trying to get into my greenhouse cabinet because she loves the spider plant in there. Giselle, come here. Come here. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Oh, she hasn't made an appearance for a while. No. I know you want to go play. So as I was saying, plants cannot tell you what is wrong. So it's up to us, if we see that something is wrong, to really evaluate our care routine and evaluate the plant's surroundings and the air and the water and the light, and kind of use our detective skills to figure out what could be the issue. And it might be a matter of trial and error. When you make a correction or a change, give your plant some time to adjust and see if that was like the key, if you're not sure. But don't lose patience. Try out the tips I mentioned in this video and then go from there. So that's it for today. And actually that is it for this year, because this was the last video of the year. I'm going to be taking some time off for the holidays. So happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. Thank you for being an amazing subscriber. And if you're not subscribed, become an amazing subscriber. I would love to have you here. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.